Yeah. Let me first introduce myself. Myself, Hitesh. I do have 11 plus years of experience in IT, working on multiple data warehousing projects, ETL, and data front basically, and cloud. Okay. On cloud front, I do have experience in AWS, Azure, and then I'm working as a cloud expert in one of the MNCs. Okay. So since 4 years, I'm working on Snowflake. So that's pretty much about myself. And regarding the today's agenda, right? We'll try to see who this course is designed for, and then what are the prerequisites, why you have to kind of learn Snowflake. So what advantages you have, what is the market trend, all these details. Okay. So you can see my screen, right? Clearly. Hello.
Yes, Hitesh. Yes, Hitesh.
Okay, okay. So this specific course, right, it is specifically designed for freshers and non-SQL background folks. Suppose if someone is not from non-SQL background, right? So since the reason is we'll be covering from very basic to advanced, that is say including SQL. SQL stuff also will be covered in the initial few sessions. Then we'll be moving on to the Snowflake stuff. Okay. So the prerequisite for this specific courses, right? It is good to have like SQL knowledge. Okay, it is good to have SQL knowledge, but you don't have to worry since this specific course is for freshers and non-SQL background folks. Even who doesn't have, any knowledge of SQL or database, will be covering from basics. Okay, and then like everyone will have a doubt, right? Most of them, in order to attend this training and for practice, whether we have to kind of install any software or any license if we have to buy something like that. No, you don't have to install or buy any software. Okay, since Snowflake is a cloud database, right? Okay, since it is available in cloud and it is available as software as a service. See, guys, like few terminologies which I'll be using in this demo, right? You don't have to worry. Okay, in our regular sessions you will get a complete picture of what it is. Okay, so you don't have to confuse if I use any new terminologies. That is, if you find them, if you're not familiar with those terms, right, don't worry at all, because in our regular sessions from we'll be starting from basics, right? You'll understand that. Since this is kind of overview what we are going to cover, what is the content, I'll be using few terminology, say SaaS, as I was saying, right? Software as a service. I know like many of them, they may not be aware what is SaaS. So okay, this is all cloud terminologies. Okay, we'll be discussing those things in detail in our regular sessions. That's what it is. Okay, guys, if you in between, if you face any issue as such, right, let me know, in the sense if my screen is not clear or any other issues. Okay, so what in order to practice or learn Snowflake, right, what you just need is you just need internet and a browser. Okay, you don't have to install anything like your Gmail account, right? We'll create a Snowflake account. Okay, and then we'll try to log in and start practicing. That's it. Okay, and then you don't have to, like other clouds, right, say Azure or AWS, right? If you have to create a account, like cloud account, right, you'll have to pass debit card, credit card details. For Snowflake, you don't have to pass anything. Okay, with just email ID you can create one account, and they say it is 30-day free trial, but you'll there is a cache there. It gets extended up to 60 days. Okay, I'll explain you when we create Snowflake account. Okay, and you can like kind of create with the same mail ID. You can kind of extend it for 4 to 5 months. I'll let you know how that can be done. Okay, so that is about the prerequisites. Okay, and then you know, right, like nowadays you have a lot of technologies and skills. Why do you have to learn, why only Snowflake? That is why you have to learn Snowflake. The reason is, right, if you take the hot skills right now in market, right, Salesforce, okay, is one hot skill, and then MuleSoft is other hot skill. Snowflake is the one third. All these three are the hot skills right now in the market. Okay, but if you compare those two things, right, Salesforce and then MuleSoft, they are tough for you to learn. Okay, Snowflake is easy because it is available as software as a service in cloud, and then like you just need SQL. Okay, you if you learning SQL is very easy, guys. The reason is it is all basic English only, right? Anyone can understand it. It is not something like Java, Python. Okay, so it is all general English. You can easily learn it. So that's why in the market, if you take the hot skills, right, Out of these, the existing three hot skills, Snowflake is easy to learn. Okay, and also it has in future also it has got a lot of scope. Okay, you will be discussing, right? If you, I mean, in this entire session, right, you will get a complete overview why Snowflake has advantage and why it will have very good future. Okay, so for your information right now, if you take the current market trend, right, that is how the packages are paid for this on Snowflake. Yes, like if you keep 1 to 3 years of relevant Snowflake experience, right, relevant Snowflake experience, and whatever experience I have mentioned here is overall experience. For this experience, these are the packages that people are getting in India. Okay, that is 1 to 4 years up to 20 lakhs minimum. Like like it starts from 7-8 lakhs. Okay, that's how it is, because the reason is Snowflake is a new skill. Okay, and lot all of a sudden, right, it started booming in the sense there is a lot of resource gap. The resource gap in the sense, say, since it is new skill, right, these companies, what they'll look for experienced folks, right, that is whoever has experience on Snowflake. Okay, but since it is new skill, many people doesn't have like experience. Okay, and also all of a sudden a lot of new Snowflake projects came, so they'll have to hire they would expect at least 1 to 3 years of relevant experience in Snowflake. That is, if you wanted to give interview on Snowflake, right, whatever is your overall experience, if you mention 1 to 3 years of relevant Snowflake experience, right, you can enter into Snowflake, as a Snowflake developer or lead. That's what it is. So these figures, right, whichever we have listed, these are not exaggerated at all. One guy, our like you, most of you would have seen, like every week, right, at least three of us, our candidates are from previous batch, they're getting. Okay, minimum every week 3 to 5 offers our candidates are able to get. The reason is, right, the resources that we provide are in such a way. I'll explain you. So we are providing interview preparation kit, that is topic wise interview questions and answers, all this stuff. I'll show you all those things, why our students are clicking. Okay, and since it is a new skill, the another advantage you have is, right, so they won't expect you to be an expert. Okay, now even since I'm also working on Snowflake and I'm working as a cloud expert, I used to take like 3 to 4 interviews daily. Okay, so for entire week, right, if you take 10-15 interviews, out of them, right, probably it is very tough to get at least two people, two selects. Okay, out of like 15-20 interviews. That's how the reason is, um, uh, people with expertise, it is tough to get. Okay, in a sense, who knows Snowflake, expertise in the sense they're not expecting you to be an expert, at least the basic knowledge. Okay, basic knowledge, and knowledge of all the features, few real-time issue scenarios, they're trying to check. Okay, that is if you have really worked or not, at least 6 months if you worked, in the sense, if you have that level of experience, then they'll select you. Okay, but another thing is, cracking Snowflake interviews is easy. The reason is, right, see, since this is a new skill, whoever takes your interview, right, they also will have, probably he would have started using, say, 1 or 2 years back. Okay, so for him also, he'll not have that level of expertise. I'm telling you, since we are covering from basic to advanced, right, you will be in a better position than sometimes compared to your interviewer. Okay, that is whoever takes your interview, right, compared to him, you will have more knowledge. That such scenarios also are there, because few clients, right, they would have started Snowflake recently. Okay, so right, if they have recently started, they would train the existing resources and then kind of ask them to take interviews, right. In that case, you'll have better knowledge than them, right. That's how it is. And also, since we are covering in depth, you will get that expertise. You will reach the expertise level of 1 to 3 years experience on Snowflake. Okay, that is after this course, right, you will reach this level of expertise. That is, you can easily say, I have worked on Snowflake for 1 to 3 years. That level of expertise you will reach. Okay, so let's see, this is fine. Let's see why Snowflake has advantage over others technically. Okay, we are saying, see, what is the reason that all of a sudden Snowflake has boomed? Is like, let me show. It has a lot of game-changing features, and then its innovative architecture. See this innovative architecture is the main reason. Okay, let me explain you the difference. right? It's- First of all, I hope like everyone are aware, at least aware like what is Snowflake. Snowflake is a, say you can kind of cloud data. It is basically a cloud data warehouse. Okay, give me a second. The primary purpose is, right, it is a cloud data warehouse. You can say it as a database. Okay, cloud database like relational database or Oracle SQL server, right? This is also kind of one database, but it is primarily used as cloud data warehouse. Okay, you see this data warehouse, okay, database, since it is for non-SQL background folks, will be getting started from basics. You'll understand what is data warehouse, okay, what is OLTP, all details will be covering. Don't have to worry. Okay, let me come down. See, if you take relational databases, right, like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL, all these databases, I hope like you would have heard these things, right? So these databases are relational databases. Okay, you call them as relational database management system. Okay, DBMS. Okay, so that is if you install Oracle software in one mission, right? In one mission, you call that as database server. Okay, if you install SQL server, so right, Oracle is one DBMS, that is database management system. SQL server is Microsoft's database management system. So if you install any of these softwares, right, in your machine, in your computer, you call that as a server. Okay, you call that as server. So basically like what you do in a database is you will store all the data, right? If someone is not aware, in the sense, say you are doing a bank transaction, okay, so you log into your net banking in the backend, all your details, right, your authentication, if you transfer that amount, all that data will be managed somewhere. And also if you take WhatsApp, so you'll be sharing messages. Okay, as soon as you wake up, you will see, right, messages, all these things. So if you forward those things in the backend, all that data will be stored in a database. It's okay. So where it stores is in any of this database management system. Okay, each client, right, each company, they'll use a different, I mean, based on their requirement, they'll use any of these databases. So here you have these relational databases, right? So why Snowflake? Why clients has to go for Snowflake? Nowadays a lot of data is getting migrated from Oracle, SQL server. Okay, multiple databases. I'll explain you what kind of projects you have right now in on Snowflake. Okay, so before that, we'll try to understand what advantage technically Snowflake has, right? So I was telling you, if you install any of these softwares, right, in one mission, you call that as a server. So in order to store your data, right? So if you try to say do some transaction in the backend, right, that data, it will be stored in this server. Okay, how will users will access that data? Through network. So through internet, you log into your net banking and whatever transaction you do, right, in the backend, that will kind of update your database. Okay, that is that those entries will be done in your database. Those things will be stored in your database. We'll be discussing in detail on this front, don't worry. On high level, right, um, here all the data in this relational database server, right, all the data, okay, as well as compute will be done in single mission. Compute in the sense, say I'm storing, if I have to store data in this database server, right, it will be stored in the hard disk of that machine, right, of that computer. So here if I'm using machine, it is nothing but computer. Okay, machine, node, or computer, everything is same, in the sense it is nothing but a computer. Okay, so if you store any data here, right, that is, if you try to load any data or insert any data, that will be stored in the hard disk of this machine. Okay, if you install server, I mean, if you install this software, you call this as database server, right? So if you try to insert any data, it will be stored in the hard disk of that machine. Okay, and then once the data is there in hard disk of that machine, if you have to run any queries in the sense, you'll use SQL, right? In SQL, you'll write statements like select statements, inserts, updates. We'll be covering them in our next sessions. Okay, what are on the SQL front, you don't have to worry. But if you have to run any query, right, it requires compute resources. Compute resources in the sense, processor, RAM. Okay, these kind of things. So these things, processor, RAM, you call it as compute resources. Right, even if you have to play a game in a computer, you would require processor, RAM, right? So it will use those things, right? You call it as compute resources. Okay, compute resources. Okay, um, so this specific that is, if you have to run even in on top of this database, if you have to run a query, it requires processor, RAM, all these things. So in how like in this case it will get these resources. It will make use of the that particular computer's RAM, processor, all these things, right? This is fine. So it will help you with small data. Nowadays, right, data is increasing very fast. Okay, that is volume of data. It's not only volume, variety also is increasing very fast. That is, variety means earlier it used to be, I mean, structured data. You will understand what is structured and structured. So nowadays, you know, right, images, PDFs, Word documents, audio files, video files, that kind of data is also increasing, right? So this relational databases, so I mean, they can't handle large volumes of data. The reason is it is only on top of one machine. Okay, if say the number of users, okay, number of users have increased and volume of data has increased. In that case, what will happen to this server? Take one example. Usually, right, when for that is PUC or intermediate, if the results are released during that day, what will happen? The server would have crashed, right? In a sense, if you try to see the results, you will see like I mean, they'll say the server has crashed. The reason is many users, if they try to access that particular server, it will kind of go down, right, if the number of users increase. And the same way, if you take big billion days in Flipkart, so all of a sudden, if the number of users increase, it sometimes it will go down, right, a few minutes or something like that. So I'm giving you some example. So compared to regular days, during big billion days, the number of users will be too much, right? Even in the night 12 o'clock, people will be searching for offers and they'll try to log in. So those transactions also, it has to maintain in a database, right? In that case, if it has to maintain, that is, if it has to handle so many users and large volumes of data, one machine, if all your data is in one machine, can it handle? No, right? So it's not just data. It's not just data. It is this processor RAM, all these things as well. Okay, this particular processor RAM, you call it as compute resources. Okay, to run a query, you would require these resources. So if it is one single computer, right, what we can do, if you face any, if the number of users increase or volume of data increases, you can kind of increase the and like capacity of that particular computer, right? That is, you can say you can add more hard disk. Okay, you can add more hard disk, right, to the same computer. You'll add more hard disk and then increase the RAM. Okay, increase the RAM or upgrade the processor. This is what you can do, right? But for that also, you have certain limit. That is, see here, see, this is one computer. Host means one computer, you can say. So here in this case, for one computer, you can add more RAM, more processor, that is CPU, okay, and memory, all these things. But still, there is a certain limit. So processor, you will go for the high-end processor. Beyond that, what thing we can do? In the sense, you can't increase, right? Increase the capacity. So that is, for a single mission, if you have to add more processor, RAM, all these things, there is certain limit. Beyond certain limit, you can't add processor, RAM, all these things, right? So there is certain limit. So that's when like this Hadoop came, big data. Okay, so what is big data? Is it is kind of horizontal, this particular thing. That is, if you have to add processor, RAM for a single mission, right, you call it vertical scaling here. Okay, so for this relational database, you can do vertical scaling, but you can't distribute that workload to multiple computers, right? Multiple computers in the sense, like this way. See here, all computers will be connected through a network, and in order to handle the work, right, you will kind of distribute your workload. Okay, that is, here in case of relational database, it is one big mission will do all the work for you, right? In the sense, if you have to run any query, all those queries will be handled by one big mission, right? In case of this specific, that is relational database, only you can increase the capacity vertically. Vertically in the sense, one computer, you can add more processor, RAM, all these things, but there is certain limit for that. So you can't kind of distribute it to multiple computers this way. That is the work. So horizontal scaling is kind of multiple missions or multiple computers will do the work for you. Okay, that can't be done in relational database, right? You got it, what I'm saying, guys? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, don't worry. Like even these things in our regular sessions will be going in detail. So what advantage? See, the reason I am explaining all these things is, right, this will help you even in interviews. Many people, they'll directly jump to the they'll start creating Snowflake account. They'll show you like they'll create tables, all these things. Okay, usually in training, but in interview point of view, right? Since most of the guys who takes Snowflake interviews, right, they are from data background. That is, they would have worked earlier on relational database like SQL Server, Oracle, all these things, right? So if you, in interviews, they'll ask, the first question they'll ask you is, you were using earlier using Oracle SQL Server, right? Then why did you move your data to Snowflake? Okay, so if you can understand the background, right, that if you can explain, you will get very positive impression. Okay, that's how it is. That's why even our candidates are clicking there. We are not directly going to the top, the topic. We are giving the background also. That is why Snowflake. Okay, and also, even it's not only why Snowflake, even the futures, right, we'll be digging in detail. That is real use cases where you will use. Suppose time travel. I'm giving you some example. So when, in which scenario you'll use that? Okay, each and every topic, right, the use case you will get to know. That is in real time where you will use that particular option or future. Okay, what issues you will get, all those things also will be covered. Okay, that's fine. Let me continue. So here, if this is when Snowflake, there are other things as well, but now we'll kind of see what advantage we have with Snowflake architecture. Okay, now here, all your data will be stored in one computer, and then if you have to run any queries, right, that requires processor, RAM, all these things, that is compute resources. You call them as compute resources. Let me show you here. The compute resources means processor, RAM, all these things. Okay, so you will if you have to run a query, you need these compute resources. Okay, and all your data is stored in one machine. Okay, here in case of relational database, let's see what advantage you have in like Snowflake architecture. So before we go there, right, another main advantage for Snowflake. So we are saying it is trending. What is the another reason is Snowflake, right? It is available on all clouds, all major cloud providers. Okay, that is, right? AWS, Amazon has their own cloud, in the sense that is AWS, that is public cloud. These are the major three public cloud providers: AWS, Amazon's AWS, Microsoft Azure. Okay, Google's Google Cloud. Okay, Snowflake, right? Snowflake is available in all three clouds. Okay, so like nowadays, like right now, right? Earlier, like say 4 years back, AWS was a primary choice for all clients, all projects. That is, there were a lot of projects in AWS. Now, if you take Azure, has more projects, and then Google Cloud is also clicking. So we don't know which cloud will click when, right? So irrespective of whichever cloud has demand, if you learn Snowflake, you will have advantage. Okay, in the sense you will have opportunities. Okay, that's another key advantage for Snowflake. So since it is available on all clouds, right, all public clouds, irrespective of whichever cloud has demand, you'll have a scope, in the sense you'll have more opportunities. Okay, that's another reason why Snowflake is clicking. Okay, even whatever Snowflake is offering, right, few things, like even in these clouds, there are services. Say if you take AWS, right, Redshift is competitor for Snowflake, and Azure Synapse is competitor. But those services, right, they are only available in that cloud. Okay, now clients, right, projects, that is this US UK clients, they don't want to stick to one cloud. Okay, they wanted to go into multi-cloud route. Okay, in future, all the clients, right, they won't stick to one cloud. They wanted to use all the clouds. Say if you take, right, data services, in this cloud providers, AWS, Azure, like there are a lot of services they'll offer. Okay, so if you take data services, Azure is top. If you take infrastructure related services, AWS is top. If you take artificial intelligence and machine learning related services, Google Cloud is top. Okay, so now see, clients, what they wanted is, they wanted to use that specific, what are the good services that are available in that cloud, right? They wanted to use that. Say they wanted to use data services in Azure, infrastructure services in AWS, and AI, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning services in Google Cloud. So in future, like they won't stick to one cloud. Okay, even in that case, that's those kind of clients, right, especially who wanted to kind of use multi-cloud, they are they for sure they wanted to go for Snowflake. The reason is it supports all clouds, right? You can kind of combine data from any of these clouds. You will understand this, guys. See, whatever I'm explaining this, right? You will understand with clarity in our regular sessions. So in, right, in half an hour, 1 hour, you can't kind of get the entire thing. Okay, this is on high level. You don't have to worry. Okay, we'll be starting from basics in our regular sessions. Okay, so this is one major advantage. Now we'll see what advantage it has with respect to Snowflake architecture. Okay, Snowflake architecture, right? This specific one, let me show you. We discussed this relational database architecture, right? That is uh, this one, relational database, that is SQL Server, Oracle. There, all your data is in one computer, and also to run any of the queries, it is using a processor RAM of the same machine, only single computer. Okay. In case of Snowflake, right, the main advantage is storage is separate. Storage in the sense there you are storing in this relational database, right? Let me come here. All your data is stored in hard disk of this computer. Okay, and then if you have to run any query, it will use the processor RAM of this particular computer. Here in case of Snowflake, its architecture is a unique hybrid architecture. Here if you see, right, storage is a separate layer. Okay, storage is a separate layer. um, and then compute is a separate layer. Cloud services is a separate layer. The 3 layers we have. Okay, it is a 3-layer architecture. The main thing is storage is separate, compute is separate. In the sense, all your data, right, all your data which are you are ingesting, it will be stored in cloud. Okay, it will be stored in cloud in high columnar format. We'll be discussing this storage in detail in our regular sessions. Don't have to worry. Now what you have to focus is all that data, whatever you put into Snowflake, right, it will be stored in cloud. Okay, since it is stored in cloud, you don't have any limit in terms of the volume of data that you can store. Okay, that you can store in this in the storage layer. Okay, so whatever data you try to load into Snowflake, right, it will be stored in the cloud. Okay, so you don't have to worry about suppose in future, right now I have 1 TB of data. In future it has gone, say after 2 years, your data will go to 50 TB. You don't have to worry at all. The reason is it is in cloud. It is in cloud, right? There is no limit in terms of volume of data that you can store. You can store any volume of data. Okay, that is petabytes also. So that's how and since it is in cloud, and another main thing is you'll have to pay cost only for what you use. Okay, right now say if you're using 1 GB of data, okay, you'll pay only for that 1 GB. In future your data increases to 1 TB, then you'll pay only for that 1 TB. That's how it is. Beforehand you don't have to pay any money. But in case of this one, right, this relational database, you'll have to invest before itself, right? Let me come here. Before itself they'll have to buy this computer and then invest in that, right? That is a processor, RAM, even like storage, everything. Here in this case it's not the case. Since it is in cloud, you'll pay only for what you use. And then another main advantage is compute is separate. Compute in the sense, if you have to run a query, we are saying it requires processor, RAM, all those things, right? Here that particular compute is done through a separate layer. Okay, it is not dependent on this. You can it is a separate layer. Let's understand what it is. This is the key advantage for Snowflake. That is, storage is separate, compute is separate. Here compute means, right, this query processing. If you have to run a query, it will be done through virtual warehouses. We'll understand what is this virtual warehouse on high level. So in our regular sessions we'll be discussing in detail. So this particular virtual warehouse, right, it is a cluster of compute machines. In the sense, a group of machines. Okay, you have different sizes of virtual warehouses: extra small, medium, large, extra large, this way. That is, right, if you have to run a query, you can select any of this virtual warehouse size. Okay, if you select extra small, you will get compute power of 1 machine. Okay, if you select virtual warehouse size extra small, you will get compute power of 1 machine. That is processor, RAM, capacity of 1 machine. Okay, if you select small, you will get compute power of 2 machines. Okay, if you select medium, you will get compute power of 4 machines. That is 4 computers. This is group of machines. You see here, cluster means group of machines. Okay, so that is based on your workload, right? based on your workload, you can select like whatever virtual warehouse size you want. Okay, see here, if you select 4XL, right, you will get compute power of 128 computers. Okay, 128 computers. So in all clouds, right, that is if you create Snowflake account in any of the clouds, say Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, you will kind of this 4XL is already available. In a sense, you can increase the warehouse size to 4XL. Let me show you on high level. So if you see practically, you will understand. And let me show you. See, if you have to say run any query, right? Run say I have to run this specific query, select statement. Okay. If you have to run this, it requires processor, RAM, all these things, right? So how in Snowflake you will get that is through virtual warehouse. See here, here I have selected this particular virtual warehouse. Okay, if you see different sizes, right? Extra small, small, medium, you can select the virtual warehouse size here. Okay, so depending on the size you select, you will get that much power to run your queries. Say if you select extra small, right? You will get compute that is RAM and processor of one machine, in a sense one computer. If you select say large, okay, large means it is 8 compute nodes. Okay, let me show you. Resize 8 compute nodes. Let me show you here in the PPT. See, large means 8 compute nodes, that is 8 compute machines. So that much power you will get to run your query. That's how it is. Okay, that way if you select 4XL, you will get 128 compute nodes power, that is 128 computers power to run your query. The same way, right? This option, it can be like there is another option in this virtual warehouse. Okay, so this virtual warehouse is nothing but a cluster of machines, group of machines to run your query, run your queries. Okay, not just single query, it can handle multiple queries. Okay, so here there is another option in with respect to virtual warehouse. You can set this virtual warehouse to auto scale mode. Okay, what is this auto scale mode, right? See, you don't know when the users will go up. So during big billion days, right, sometime some peak hours will be there. Say evening time, evening 4 to 6, the number of users will be still more. Okay, I mean many users will try to log in. Say the regular time, it will be less. Okay, so in that case, right, you can set your virtual warehouse to auto scale mode. Okay, there is an option called auto scale mode. How it helps is, right, if you select 4XL virtual warehouse size, right, that is you will get 128 computers, power of 128 computers, right? This can be this if you set it auto scale mode, this 4XL virtual warehouse size, you can add 10 clusters, 10 clusters in the sense into 10, that is 1280 compute machines or computers power you will get to handle your workloads in the sense it can handle multiple users. Okay, and then multiple queries. Okay, that's the advantage for Snowflake. Say and another reason is, right, here based on the virtual warehouse size you select, okay, and how much time you are using it, right, you'll pay only for that. Okay, say only big billion days I need more power. Okay, so only that day you can select this 4XL and set it to auto scale mode. In that case, what you will get, up to 1280 compute machines power you will get to handle your users and queries. Okay, I'm giving you simple example. Okay, so once the big billion days is over, right, you can say again come back to the smaller warehouse size anytime. Okay, anytime. So you'll pay. And another thing is, say this particular it is the auto scale mode. What it will do is, depending on your workload, it automatically adds clusters and removes clusters. In a sense, it balances your workload. And here, say your warehouse is active for say only 5 minutes. Okay, you'll pay price only for 5 minutes. Okay, that is true pay as you go model. Okay, true pay as you go model, sort of. That is, you'll get performance, you can handle all your users, and then you'll pay only for what you use. All three advantages you're getting. Okay, so is it clear what I'm saying, guys? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, how about others? See, don't worry, guys. See, this specific architecture, right, we are going to cover in detail in our regular sessions. This is on high level. So I just wanted to highlight you what advantage Snowflake has. Okay, with respect to, especially with respect to architecture, technically, if you speak. This is the reason. See, you'll pay only for what you use and you'll get more power. And then say, over the weekends, okay, over the weekends, say the users are not using, I mean, it is not used at all. So you can turn off this compute as well. That is, since it is separate layer, right? Storage is separate, compute is separate. You can turn off all your virtual warehouses. I mean, you don't have to turn off. Automatically, it will be suspended. I'll explain you. Those options are there. So how it helps? So if it is not used, right, you don't have to pay any cost. You'll pay cost only when you use. Okay, that is true pay-as-you-go model. Okay, so you can increase the warehouse size anytime. Let me show you. Now, this specific warehouse size, right? Now it is large. Now I can increase the warehouse size to say 4XL, 5XL. Okay, and also decrease it to smaller warehouse size anytime within fraction of seconds. Okay, within fraction of seconds you can increase or decrease this warehouse size. Okay, so that is depending on your workload, right? You can I mean, increase the power, compute power, or decrease the power anytime within fraction of seconds. Okay, so you can think of now, say if one specific one computer, that is Oracle SQL server, it is only on top of one computer, right? One computer, if it is kind of handling the data, if you get this much power, that is 1280 computers power, how many users and queries you can handle? And also you'll pay only for what you use, right? And these clients don't have to worry about compute at all. And in the sense, if the volume increases or number of users increase, right, they don't have to bother. In future, if even say now they have 1 lakh users, if it goes to 10 lakhs, right, they don't have to worry. They can increase this warehouse size anytime, right, depending on their workload. That's the advantage for Snowflake. And also already this 6XL also is I mean, earlier it was in preview state, looks like it is already available. In the sense, you can increase the warehouse size up to 6XL, that is 512 compute nodes, that is 520 512 computers power you can get to run your queries. Okay, this one, if you set it into auto scale mode, right, into 10, that is 5120 computers. Okay, that much power you will get if you select this 6XL and set it to auto scale mode. I was telling you, right, here, one second. Here, one big mission is working for you. Okay, here in case of Oracle SQL Server, one computer, one big mission. Okay, you can increase the size of that mission, will work for you. You can think of I mean, in general, if you speak, one person, even if it is very strong, very intelligent, how much work he can handle. Okay, so if you distribute it to multiple computers, right, it will be faster, right? So if you distribute the work, you will get performance. So it complete fast, and all these advantages. That same way here, in Snowflake, you can kind of distribute your work up to this many computers. That is 5120. If you select 6XL, 5120 computers. Okay, and then what is the other advantage? You are not going to pay complete. I mean, for the entire day or something. Say you have used this 6XL virtual warehouse for say 90 seconds. Okay, 90 seconds. Okay, you will pay only for that 90 seconds. That's how it is. I think someone has joined now. Okay, just ping me. Okay, cool. No worries. I'll share the recording with them, whoever has missed. Okay, this is the main advantage for Snowflake. Any confusion over here, guys? Hello?
Yeah, no, Hitesh.
Okay, so you don't have to worry at all. Okay, in our regular sessions, you'll get complete clarity. Okay, we'll be discussing this for 2 to 3 sessions. Okay, in detail. I was saying you auto scale mode, and then this terminal. There are a few other things with respect to this virtual warehouse. We'll be discussing in detail on that side in our regular session. It is on high level. Okay, if still even now, if anyone has doubts, we can discuss now before we go further. Okay, fine. Let me take the questions in the end, because we have. So someone has a doubt. Hello.
Yeah, hi Hitesh. My name is Anil.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm working on ERP platform. I'm very new to the data.
Okay. If you have any doubts in this, whatever we discuss, we can discuss. Or else other questions we'll take in the end, because.
Yeah, this is not my question. Is not related to the this
Sure,
virtual warehouses. So
sure.
we'll connect at end of this.
Don't worry. We'll discuss those things in the end. Let me ping you if someone is not part of that before we proceed further, right? If someone is not part of the WhatsApp group, most of them are already. If they are not part of, they can join this specific WhatsApp group. Okay, I pinged you in the chat Okay, whoever wanted to continue, right? And I mean, in the further days, so you can see for few sessions. If you are interested, then only you can continue. That's how it is. Okay, I've pinged the WhatsApp group link in the chat. If someone is not part of that, you can
I
join that.
have,
Yeah,
yeah, I have
Hi,
received. Yeah.
yep,
hi
yep,
Hitesh.
yep.
In real time, most means in organization,
Hmm.
which size mostly used?
Which virtual
Like,
warehouse site, right? Right now, I
yeah,
mean, with the
is
current
this
volumes of
medium or large? Something.
most of the times, so depending on the volume of data that they use, right, they will use the select the warehouse size. The maximum warehouse size that right now they are using is say XXL, sorry, Excel, or maximum 2XL, not beyond that. Okay, that because it is not required, they don't have that much volume of data. If your volume is too much, right, then only you'll have to go for I mean larger warehouse sizes. You will understand that in our regular session, don't worry. Okay, I'll explain you what is the and if they ask you what is the maximum warehouse size you have used, so those kind of questions, right, I'll let you know how to answer. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let me come back. So as I said, if someone is not part of the WhatsApp group, like I pinged you that link here there in the chat, they can join this. Let me put it again. So let's continue. So if you see the other things, right, that is one advantage. I hope like you got it. There are other key things with respect to Snowflake. Okay. See, I was telling you software as a service, right? In cloud, there are different I mean ways they provide you the services. Okay, if it is software as a service, it will be very easy to learn. Okay, software as a service means easy to learn. It is the easiest one. Okay, if it is software as a service, I'll explain you what it is in our upcoming sessions. Okay, and then content. See, why Snowflake? You got some technically what is the advantage Snowflake has, right? That's the reason many clients are moving to Snowflake. And for you, why you have to learn Snowflake is content is restricted. If you wanted to switch to cloud skills, right? Say if you want to learn AWS or Azure, in Azure, if you learn just Synapse, see the competitor for Snowflake is Synapse in Azure. If you just learn Synapse, you can't get a job. Okay, you can't land a job. So if you wanted to learn other services also, say Azure Data Factory, okay, Azure Databricks. So all I mean multiple skill sets you have to learn. So content is not restricted there. In Snowflake, right? In Snowflake, content is restricted and easy to learn. Okay, so whatever we are going to cover, if you can learn that, you can easily crack an opportunity, a job. Okay, and switch to Snowflake. Okay, and then there are game-changing features for Snowflake. I'll be discussing this. Before that, right? Since it is software as a service, right? Like regular relational database, partitioning, backups, index maintenance, all these things will be Snowflake itself will be taken care. Okay, and then there are no software upgrades, software or hardware installations or upgrades required. Okay, this is what is they claim it is kind of zero administration or maintenance. Okay, and then we discussed it is available on all clouds, Azure, AWS, TCP. So you'll have more opportunities compared to other things. If you learn one cloud, right, you will be restricted to that. Snowflake, it is since it is available in all clouds, you will have more opportunities. Okay, and then as I said, ease of use because it is software as a service. Time travel. This is one unique feature. Okay, you can go back and see what data is there. Okay, at specific point of time, we'll discuss this. If you see examples, right, you'll understand what are these options. Okay, and then see main key features, right? Key differentiating features. This data marketplace is one like feature only Snowflake has. What it is right? You can kind of say you have some data. Okay, that is your client, right? They have some data. They'll use that data for their analytics reports. Okay, and their for running their business. Apart from that, with Snowflake, right, they can sell that data also if required. I mean, if they wanted to make money out of that data, they can sell their data as well. That's what you call it as monetization, data monetization. That is, in Snowflake, you have data sharing feature. Using that, right, you can clients after making use of that data for their own purpose, they can even sell data in future. This kind of options or features, right? It will like clients are going to use. Okay, that is after making use of that data, they can even sell that data for some others. Say few public general data sets are there, right? Say COVID related information, all healthcare clients, right, healthcare projects, they would require the data, right? How the pattern is going. Okay, if the cases are going up, what are the symptoms? They'll try to analyze that data. I mean, I'm just giving you one general example. In that case, they'll have to maintain the data, right? If they have to analyze. So with this data marketplace, right, one person, he'll maintain all the data, others can kind of buy the data. Okay, buy the data with minimal cost. Okay, minimal cost. So whoever sells the data, he will make money, and then whoever buys, he's with lesser amount, he's able to use it for his reporting. Okay, that kind of features are available in Snowflake. Okay, it's not just that. Recently, right, recently they have added other things. Okay, let me show you. They have this data marketplace, they have made it to as a marketplace, in the sense, they see, like your Google Play Store, iTunes, I mean Apple, or that is a iPhone, you have iTunes, right? The same way, Snowflake clients can use it as a marketplace, in the sense, applications, data applications. If someone has created data applications, right, in Snowflake marketplace, anyone can kind of make use of that particular application without building it from scratch, right? They can make use of that application, and with minimal amount. That's what it is. Like our Android apps, like data apps also are coming up. Okay, this is very unique feature. No one else has this feature. Only Snowflake has. Okay, this you can kind of that. This is recently introduced feature. I was telling you, right? Few game-changing features they have recently announced. There was a Snowflake summit which happened few days back. That is, say, 3 weeks back. Okay, in that they have announced very catchy or trending features. Okay, which will attract a lot of clients. This is one such feature. Okay, you can kind of use Snowflake marketplace as, I mean, like Google Play Store, iTunes. That is there. You will have data applications, and then other clients can make use of that. Okay, this kind, see, you don't have to worry about this. Why I'm explaining this is, this kind of features they're introducing. So Snowflake will have very good future. Okay, right now primarily Snowflake is used as cloud data warehouse. Okay, but in the recent summit, right, they have announced a lot of features. Unistore is one such feature which will attract a lot of clients. Okay, what is it is, earlier the Snowflake was used only as data warehouse, cloud data warehouse. Now you can use it as like OLTP database as well. If someone is not aware, right, don't worry, we'll discuss this. That is, these features, right, it will add more projects, that it will bring more projects on Snowflake. Okay, that is, demand for Snowflake will still increase. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, that is one thing. And then there are other things. Before I go there, right, I wanted to show what advantage you get here in our training. Okay, see, our intention, right, here. So futures, however, we are going to discuss all the futures in our regular sessions, don't worry. So it has got a lot of unique features like data sharing. Okay, you can share data between different Snowflake users, that is Snowflake accounts. Okay, and then we discussed, right, two pay as you go model. So you will pay only for what you use, and then zero copy clone. They have very good partnership with a lot of technology partners. Okay, let me show you quickly. If you come here, right, to Snowflake, if you come to this partner connect, if we click on partner connect, you can see them. Okay, so here you there are a lot of technology partners. That is, say, Informatica is their Snowflake's technology partner, Matillion. Okay, and then like, let me show you this talent. Okay, SnapLogic, a lot of things are there. That is, they have very good partnership with other technology partners as well. Okay, say Tableau, these guys, this Informatica. So what advantage they have for Snowflake is, their partners, right, partners also will recommend Snowflake. Okay, because in all ETL tools, all reporting tools, Snowflake has got connectors. So this also will bring more projects to Snowflake, in the sense they have very good partnership with other technology partners. And these kind of things are advantages for Snowflake. Okay, let's see. So a lot of others also are kind of training Snowflake, right? Why you have to learn only here? Okay, the reason is, see, I am the trainer for you. Okay, it is not from some institute or something. Okay, and then, like, it is kind of if you have any doubts, you can reach out to me anytime. That is another advantage that you have. And here, if you see, like, after end of each session, right, you will be receiving the entire content what we have covered in that particular session. Say, suppose if you take this table types and time travel, right? Let me open this. So you will receive topic wise interview preparation kit, okay, which will have detailed on that specific topic, right? The detailed list of questions and answers, what kind of things you will get it in interview, okay, for each and every topic you will have this, okay. Usually no one will share all these things. Our intention is whoever joins us, like, they should get benefited. That's why we are topic wise we are sharing this thing. And then the detailed document and the code, okay, whatever code is being used for practice, right, that also will be shared with you, so that you can use that. For you it will be easy if you have to practice, okay. That SQL code also will be shared with you. And then the recording will be shared with you. That's how it is, okay. And apart from this, right, let me come down. So it is kind of will help you for this I mean, for your interview preparation, in CV preparation, CV review, and then providing customized interview tips, okay, project explanation in detail, okay. And then how you kind of explain in your interviews, right, how you have to kind of explain your project, okay. A detailed document will be shared with you, okay. That's how it is. And then, since most of them are kind of freshers or non-SQL background folks, right, few aspects on software development life cycle, that is, what is the process, okay. So those things also will be shared, okay. So after end of this session, training, right, you'll be able to easily crack interviews on your own. And also, like, you can even clear certifications on your own, okay. That's the advantages that you get here, okay. So if anyone has any doubts, we can discuss now. We have just 5 minutes. That's fine. I'll be there for you to answer your questions. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Hitesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm from ERP background.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very new to the SQL, all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any kind of database or warehouse or anything. I don't have any.
Before we take your question, right? If someone is not part of the WhatsApp group, they can join there. I have shared that WhatsApp group link. Yeah. Yep.
Actually, for me, for my
Yeah.
ERP, I will get the data from external system where my ERP will get processed, and again this will push to external system. That is
Mm-hmm.
my process. But
Mm-hmm.
where it comes to the Snowflake, what is the source of the data? What
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me show.
exactly Snowflake is doing, and what it is delivering to the customer?
Yeah.
What is the major functionality of Snowflake here?
See, Snowflake, as I said, right, the primary right now it is primarily used as a cloud data warehouse. Are you aware of data warehousing? What
I
is
just
data?
know the basic thing, like it's a
Yeah.
collection of objects
Yeah.
or schema or something. We are
No,
just
no, it's
storing
not.
data.
It's not collection. Like, it is primarily used for reporting purpose and data analytics. Okay,
Okay.
across the organization. So, that's the main purpose of Snowflake right now, is as a cloud data house. Okay, but a lot of new things they have added. Okay, that is, say, like, you can use it as a data lake house, and then as OLTP database. So many people, as they're not from data background, they may not aware of these terminologies or terms. Don't worry, we'll be discussing those things in detail. If you take the projects, right, what kind of projects you have on Snowflake right now? So a lot of data is getting migrated from this relational database, like, say, SQL Server, Oracle, PostgreSQL, okay, MySQL, MongoDB, Teradata, Salesforce, SAP, Hadoop, into Snowflake.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, then what Snowflake is doing, it's just storing and processing the data and giving what it is doing. You are saying
Yeah.
the source is existing DBs.
No,
Let's
yeah.
say example that migration is completed.
Hmm.
Now everything the data is present on Snowflake.
Correct.
Let's say take example of the client of Google or Microsoft or Facebook or something.
Mhm.
How Snowflake will be helpful for the Facebook? Can you please explain me overview on that?
See, this is kind of database I'm telling you, right? So if they have to store any data and they have to use it for analytics, if you have to run any business, you would have a database, right?
Yeah.
You can
It
take
means
Snowflake as a cloud database, yes. And since it has these unique features, and so apart from just like what relational database offers, right, other things also you can do. You have seen, right, a few features we discussed, like marketplace and then data sharing. So these kind of features, zero copy clone, time travel, these features are not there in your relational database. These are
okay.
additional features, okay. So
Okay.
apart from just storage, and then you got the advantage that we have for Snowflake in terms of architecture. That is, I have shown, right.
Yes.
So that is one main reason why clients will choose Snowflake. And apart from this features, a lot of new features are there. Okay, I mean unique features which will help clients, which will add value for them. Okay.
Okay, Snowflake has the features like Hadoop, where unstructured database to structural database, like that. That has a feature to.
You can handle any kind of data in Snowflake, not just structured data. Structured, semi-structured, unstructured, all three you can be handled in Snowflake. Yeah.
Okay, and how we are discussing now? Only we will discuss on AWS with Snowflake or Azure with Snowflake or GCP. On what basis we are taking as instance and to continue this course?
See, if it is any cloud, right? See, if you learn our content, like you can handle. I mean, if they are hosting Snowflake in any cloud, for you it doesn't matter. As a Snowflake developer, whatever is the cloud, you don't have to worry much. The reason is, right, as a where it varies. That is, you have Snowflake with AWS. Okay, where it varies is setting up connection with AWS. That's where only you will have difference. Apart from this, all other features are same. Okay,
Okay.
say if it is Azure, just connection setup is different. That's it. Apart from that, everything is same. Don't worry. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For us, we will be showing AWS. The reason is, right, if you if you say kind of create AWS account, right, you will get 1 year free trial for your practice. Okay. If you choose Azure, it is only 1 month. Okay. So that's the reason. Apart from that, there is no other concern. Whatever cloud it is, for you it doesn't matter. Okay, as I said, just 95% of the things are same. Only say 5, not even 5%. Just connection setup. That also, that connection setup will not be done by you. It will be done by Snowflake admin. Okay.
Okay, and as per my knowledge, in outside everything is getting migrated to Snowflake. So people are hiring only for migrations of this from one DB to another DB, or
not only migrations. It's not just migration. After migration, right now it is data migration is happening. Okay.
Right.
After the migration is done, there are other things. We'll be discussing that in our regular sessions. What kind of work you'll have. Don't worry. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Despite of this market crisis, can we expect a boom of journey of Snowflake continue to the couple of years or something?
Even now, right? Like right now, you are only saying the market is not that great, but still, our candidates are able to get every week at least 3 offers. Okay. And then people are getting calls as well. Okay. But still, as you said, like once this is settled down, it will kind of again continue its boom.
Okay. Okay.
See these features, right, which I have told you. So this data marketplace, that is, you can kind of use it as a let me come here.
Yeah, I have seen that completely data analytics and data science kind of features and that kind of functionality are getting
earlier when Snowflake they have started Snowflake, right? They just wanted to use it as a cloud data warehouse. Okay, let me show open this one. Cloud data warehouse. Their intention is they just wanted to kind of build this as data warehouse, cloud data. But now it is serving all other needs: data engineering, data lake, data lakehouse, data science, even OLTP. So these things, right? They have recently introduced all other things. So I mean, here with only with Snowflake, they can do anything. It is one platform for all your data needs. That's how they are planning to design. So they are giving tough competition for everyone. Okay, say Azure, AWS, GCP, and then whatever services they have. And then if you know, like Databricks, right? You would have got to know about Databricks, right? You know Databricks?
Yes.
Databricks is kind of Spark. So that is a hot skill since 5 years. Even now it has good demand, but it is tough for you to learn. In the sense that it requires Python coding, all these things.
Okay.
Snowflake with few features, right? Like say Snowpark, which they have recently added. So it is kind of, you can it offers the same functionality or what you achieve with Databricks, right? That can be achieved within Snowflake with Snowpark. Okay. Yeah. So this kind of features and Unistore, and then all new features what they are adding, right? So it will attract a lot of clients. These are all new features which they have added. Okay. So with only as if clients are using Snowflake only as cloud data warehouse itself, you have demand. Okay. If they start using all these features, right? If they use it for these purposes, then what do you think? Whether the the demand will increase or
yeah, definitely it will increase.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is up your logical thinking itself.
Right.
So Snowflake, they are very aggressive. Okay, they are giving tough competition for all cloud providers. Okay, in terms of data, they wanted to stay top. If you take
Yeah,
cloud
actually,
warehouse, right?
I was a
Snowflake is
part of
top
that summit,
now.
Snowflake summit. I was part of that summit. Actually, I joined. My organization sent an email to
Oh,
join
that's
that.
good.
There was a time I joined that.
Good. Mhm. Okay. Any other
Okay.
questions, guys? Anyone
No,
else?
from my end.
Yeah, hi Hitesh.
Yeah.
So like my question, I have couple of questions.
Mhm.
So what is the like day-to-day work of a Snowflake developer? And apart from Snowflake, what else we need to learn, to
See,
work as a Snowflake developer?
yeah.
Because currently I'm working as a ETL developer, so it's on-prem ETL, not also
Mhm.
cloud ETL. So just
Mhm.
wanted to understand the roles and responsibility.
See, whatever you are doing as a ETL developer, right? The same
Mm-hmm.
thing we here also will do. Okay, here also will do in the sense that data loading, okay, transforming the data. So see others, right? You don't worry. Whatever is required for you to crack interview, right? That is
Mm-hmm.
as Trinath was asking. So all that will be covered. So you need data warehousing concepts. Okay, the theory stuff. What is data warehousing? Okay, and then a few things like what is star schema, snowflake schema, dimension fact. So these kind of
Mm-hmm.
things are required for you. Those things will be covered. Okay, and then SQL will be covered, and then Snowflake features and whatever things you are required, right? Those things will be covered in detail, in depth, with scenarios. Okay, issues, what kind of issues you get, all these things, data loading within Snowflake, all these options, and then one ETL. Okay, any one ETL also on high level, you will be provided the info. Okay, that's what it is. So those things would
So
be enough for you to crack. I mean, interviews. Already our students are getting, right. So
okay.
only with our content. Yeah.
So ETL tool in the sense of like ADF or like this database that you were talking
If you
about,
already
that we
have
need to learn.
all ETL tools have connectors to Snowflake, even ADF.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can see ADF. I mean, Snowflake has a sync and source in ADF
Mm-hmm.
also. So don't worry. If you already know some ETL, you can say you have used that particular ETL tool to load data. That's it. Or else I will be covering one ETL tool for you. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And at the end of this course, are you going to, explain about the sample projects or anything like that? Because we
Mhm.
won't be working in a Snowflake, right? Because we have to show some dummy experience, like 1 year or 2 year for interview,
Yeah.
right? So
Sure.
how
Sure.
we can manage that?
Yeah, don't have to worry. Like you, as I said, even
Mm-hmm.
like the CV, how to kind of keep your CV, and then this one, right? And that is
Mm-hmm.
how to kind of explain your project. That info will be provided for you. Don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah. Like people say, we'll explain your project in details, and they will just explain for 1 hour, right? So that is not going to suffice for go to interview and explain about your project because they are going to ask for sure in depth
In depth, that's true.
related to
But
your
if you can
project.
understand, see, if you are using
Mm,
a feature, right? Say if you are
mm,
using one feature, as I said, time
mm,
travel. Yeah.
mm,
So while I mean discussing about the topic itself, if you can understand in depth, that is all use
mm,
cases, real use, where you will use that in real time, which scenario you will use. If you understand, so in the project explanation, if you kind of link all those things, right? That is where you will use that. All these things, you will be able to kind of uh, uh, correlate, right? All
mm,
the features, how it will be used. So
mhm.
don't worry, like I will try to say kind of give some sample project as well. Okay, how it is
Yeah,
kind of
because
for you.
because if
Basic. Hmm.
that is what we need some like in-depth details in the project and some more
Mhm.
explanation, not just 1 hour or
Sure,
one
sure.
or two session. Yeah.
So usually we are covering 2 to 3 hours of project explanation is going on, but don't worry, as you said, like we'll try to give you one sample project. Yep.
Hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hitesh,
Thank you.
what's the course duration? Like how many days of course is required to complete this?
So it is basically, since we are covering in depth, right? It is kind of takes 35 hours, 35 hours of content. But it involves SQL also, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Uh, okay, and what's the timings of that? On daily, it will
This
be
this
morning.
particular batch, it is in the evening time, 8 to 9 p.m.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
it is only for weekdays, or it is going to continue in
Saturday,
weekends
Saturday
also?
also it will be there. Sunday probably will. I mean, if you want, I don't have any issues to continue, but based on your feedback,
Hmm.
we'll try to see. So
Can you repeat the time, please?
mhm. Time,
Can you
8 to
repeat
9
it?
p.m. 8 to 9 p.m. It's in the evening, 8 to 9.
Hi, Hitesh. When it was planned actually?
Okay. So probably from Wednesday we'll get started. Wednesday onwards. Okay.
Wednesday means coming Wednesday, you are telling.
This Wednesday. There is today is 24th, right? So if you take
How
yeah,
how can we acknowledge all that?
27th. Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I'll keep you posted in that group. You have joined that group, right? I'll keep you posted.
and Hitesh, one more question here. This is Prasad, and I'm working as a database administrator. What is the role of database administrator in this Snowflake? And one
See,
more
yeah, got it.
question.
See, now
After completing course, I can go for this examination of database administrator.
SnowPro. Yeah,
Snowflake.
SnowPro certification you're asking, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can crack SnowPro certification. I'll from my side, like I mean, once this is done, I'll share you a few dumps and resources for you to crack that SnowPro. Okay.
What is the role of database administrator in this Snowflake?
Administrator, got it. Yeah, sorry. See here, as I said, the partitioning backups, these things are not part of your job because it is software as a service. All those things will be taken care by Snowflake itself. So what kind of things you will do is access management, that is creating roles, users. Okay, that specific thing, and then as I said, the connection setup I was telling you, right? So between AWS S3 to Snowflake, those things will be part of your job. And then resource monitors, there are data sharing, right? As a for you,
হ্যাঁ
yeah, one
ବାହାରେ
second.
আছে
I think let me mute someone. There is some.
ହଁ ହଁ ମୁଁ ମଞ୍ଜେ ଡା ଯିବି ନ କାଁ ଘୋଡ଼ି
Yeah. See, as an admin, right? I'll share you the list of the roles that you'll be. I mean, what kind of activities you'll perform. Okay, don't worry. Now, earlier they were kind of no DBA specific roles. Nowadays, even Snowflake admin related, right? DBA, Snowflake admin or DBA, those roles are also coming up. Okay,
Okay.
and the competition is very less for them. Right? Like since it is a new skill, that to admin activities, no one try that route. That is Snowflake admin. Okay.
Okay. So that can be, that can be, we'll get information about those roles, right, in this session?
Yeah. Majority of them, like say 70-80% will be covered. Whichever are not covered, right? I'll share you those resources. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Hi, Hitesh.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm working on GCP BigQuery.
Mhm.
So, what is the means difference between in BigQuery and Snowflake? Which is means Snowflake is reliable than the BigQuery or something.
Like you can do a research like whether which is the top, top data warehouse. So Snowflake is a number one in terms of data warehouse. Even BigQuery is a data warehouse, right?
Yeah.
Compared to BigQuery, how many projects you have, and the Snowflake is already well established in a sense in the market. Okay, as a cloud data warehouse. BigQuery, and other advantage for Snowflake, I told you, right? So BigQuery is only in Google, right? Whereas Snowflake, it is on all clouds. So
Okay,
the
Snowflake
opportunities,
means compatible with all the cloud partners like GCP, Azure, or
Azure,
AWS.
AWS, yes.
Yeah, got it.
Hi, this like after the post course, like what support will you provide exactly? And after the post job, also any support will be provided?
Like our candidates, I know a lot of things are happening outside, but our candidates, they are able to crack interviews on their own, whatever the thing I have mentioned, right? I'll provide you the resources for you to kind of crack interview on your own and then manage your work on your own. Okay, if you have minor issues, I can help you, but not your kind of daily work. Okay, I'll discuss with you separately for on that. Yeah. So whoever, our candidates who are switched, right, and Snowflake, no one are facing issue as such because we are covering in depth, right? So if you say claim less experience, right, in the sense we are not going to keep 4-5 years experience, right? On Snowflake, you will keep either 2 years or something like that.
Right.
That level of expertise you will achieve after end of this training. Don't worry.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank
You
you.
can manage your things on your own. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any morning session?
Morning, there is an, I mean, for working professionals, right, who already knows that is who already have data background, right?
Actually,
That is
my
SQL.
shift is afternoon 1 to 10. You can't
Mhm.
join 8 to
Okay,
11.
I'll connect with you separately.
Yeah, sure.
Ping me. Yeah, ping me separately. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
let
this
you.
is Srikanth.
Yeah, Srikanth. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, I will pick you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else has any other questions? You can feel free to ask, guys. If you, whatever questions you have, let me stop the recording as well.
And also, do